happening? Oh, yeah. What's the first thing people do? What's the first thing people do in the protest when they messed up? What's the first thing people do when they protest and they messed up? What do? Tell me, what do? They always blame the media. Ha! That's the first thing people do, is blame the media. Let's talk about the media. So, when those Trump supporters stormed the Capitol, what did people say? Mostly black people say, oh, look at them, they look like terrorists. Oh, we couldn't wait to catch the white people doing something. Remember? We couldn't wait to catch the white people doing something. Right? Look at them terrorists. I hope they all go to prison. I hope they all get charged. And they getting locked up for storming the Capitol. Everybody's hoorah and all of that shit. They did something wrong, didn't they? Yep. They didn't just... You know what? What's funny though, I kind of looked at, and I'm just gonna be straight up. You feel me? Them white people was proud to be on the news. They was proud to storm the Capitol. That's what's crazy. It messed me up. But let me tell you this. People in Louisville always blame the media. Oh, the media just started recording at a bad angle. All the media just gets the bits and pieces that it wants to put out there and portray other people. All the media did this and the media did that. So we're just supposed to put out the good political media? No. You're supposed to put out all walks and all aspects of this thing, right? Why do you think that the live streamers actually pick up their phones? When something goes down and you look around, what do you always see? Cameras everywhere. Everybody picks up cameras, right? Exactly. The media. I know people is asking, why did you start? What made you have a change of heart? I didn't have no change of heart. It's the way I felt the whole time. That's why they try to shut me down from saying the stuff that I would say. Or people in my own community will send threats to me and send shots to me so I would stop doing what I'm doing, telling the truth. Well, they are welcomed. So why do we attack the media? Why? Because we want the media to cover. We don't want the media to cover up what we really doing. Is that why? What y'all really doing? Because I got to separate myself because of the shit y'all doing I am no longer affiliated with. First thing to do is blame the media. Oh, the media make black people look bad. Oh, the media woo-doo-doo. Last time I checked, the media is covering good stuff too. The achievements that black people have, right? Yeah. The attention's on us right now. They got to show the bad stuff. We just supposed to live in a world where everybody's just blind and you ain't supposed to see none of the bad stuff in the world. Where nobody is supposed to see them little girls get hurt. No. Everybody's supposed to see stuff like that. I am part of the truthful media. One within itself. So I'm not covering no bullshit. Excuse my language. I'm not covering no bull. I'm going to tell the honest to God truth. And if people don't want to hear it, go to the stations that is going to tell the real truth about you, since I'm such a liar and since I'm so crazy. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? The media paints the picture of what the media sees behind the camera. what people see. That's what they paint. And the other day they saw something. They didn't paint that picture. Y'all painted that picture. Y'all painted that picture of y'allself. I think it's just so amazing how the community can get together for negativity, but they can't get together for positivity. Hold on, wait a second. Let me run that back. I think it's crazy how the community can get together for so-called positivity and end up in the bliss of negativity. How can you go from peaceful protest to dogging out children? But all around the world, different things is happening. I guess just the spotlight is on Louisville, Kentucky. I don't like the way that things have been handled in our community. I don't like how things has been handled amongst the protesters, and I don't think things has been happening between protesters and people that is really important out there. I think like all of this shit should just be reset, or even better, just balled up and thrown in the garbage can, because I'm all the way in Miami and people is talking about Louisville right now and they calling us a mockery. They laughing at us. Like they shrug their shoulders and like chuckle a couple times and then shake their head. Like we down here straight criminal. You know what I'm saying? That's how they look at us. And I'm just like, damn. I'm sitting back and looking, sitting in my chair too, looking at all of this shit going on. Why does every time there's a protest, something bad happen? Tell me. Can you do this for me, please? Why every time something bad happens, it has something to do with protesting? Oh, better yet, y'all putting all of this energy into protesting little dumb, stupid shit. Then you are protesting the streets. What are you? Well, what is it? Y'all protest innocent things and make it look like y'all big, bad Billy Goat. And really, y'all ain't nothing but a bunch of punks. That's why y'all showed y'all strength and aggression and growled at kids. That's what y'all did. Now, you know what a man is? Yeah. A real man confronts a child's father. You feel me? That's what a real man does. A real woman confronts a child's mother. They don't confront a child. That's what a real woman does. They confront the parents. You don't say nothing to no child. You know you don't say nothing to no child. You don't speak to no child with no vulgarities. You don't speak to no child. You don't abuse children. Shit. Right there, that was a part of abuse. You know what a mental abuse is? Do you know what mental abuse is? There's more than one abuses. There is mental abuse. I am a victim of mental abuse. Like my whole entire life, I have been told that I wasn't going to be nothing. I wasn't going to amount to nothing. I wasn't smart. I was a child that was tied up and beaten, handcuffed and beat. I was one of them kids. I was an adopted child. You know what I'm saying? I was tied up in the back room when the house caught on fire and they left me in the back room tied up. And then when I got out, they was just so surprised that I got out. Should have seen the look on their faces. Like, this is real. Like, no child should go through this kind of, like, trauma. Like, that's trauma. You just not exposed them to something in their life that they may have never had the chance to even witness. How do you know that they was going to ever witness bigotry? How do you know by the time they turn 15 years old or something like that, or be an adult, things may have changed and merged together, but you just now scarred that child? Like, racism is taught. Black people, and this is for my people, bruh, our people teach racism too. Every single day. Oh, don't bring in white folk home. You better not bring no white girl home. Who's this white girl in my house? Baby, woo. Plenty of times. I brought a Caucasian woman home one time. That was the last time. No, sir. My family did not approve of it. And this is just because they experiences in life. That shit is taught. You are taught not to like a certain race. Because when I was growing up, I was on my own. Couldn't nobody tell me who to like. Because you know what's messed up is when I went to Lil Lee and Lil Ty, you know what I'm saying, from the hood, you know what I'm saying, LeBron ain't have no bet for me when I was out on my ass. And what made it even crazy is I went to little, give me a white kid's name, Tyler. Tyler gave me a little $5 to go get me something to eat and get on the bus and go where I'm going, bro. That shit is taught. That shit is taught. We are taught to hate each other and only help ourselves. And think about the consequences later. That's why so many murders happening out here that people ain't thinking about. They would be like, boom, they sitting in prison for 40 years looking at men for their whole entire life. And now they wondering why they did it. Oh, and this point too, this is a key point for me right here too. This, with my people, always want to be like, oh, well, yeah, you got a point, but we halfway down, like, this was in our bloodline, like, what's in our bloodline? What, a job wasn't in our bloodline? What? Do you know, if you think our ancestors were slaves, our ancestors had jobs. At least when they was working for master, they had a job working for whatever it is that the master gave them. You got to understand the concept of this shit. It doesn't mean not work. That means you got to hustle because the crackers is up or woo-woo-woo. It don't got to be like that. It don't gotta be like that. Every time it comes to something that has something to do with white people, my people always got some shit to say, an excuse. Oh, because of this. Oh, because of that. Oh, they got that because of that. They got that because of that. They got that because they had a J-O-B. You don't got no job, son? Better get one. You feel me? It's Friday.
It's J-O-B.
You ain't got no job. You ain't got to worry about catching no dog. You got to worry about a dog catching your ass. Yeah. That's what Pops was trying to tell him. You ain't going to have nowhere to go if your ass don't go get you no job. These is life-learned lessons when you grow up. To my folk that's upset that little kids is going to cheerleading competitions and shit. You can't be jealous of no child. You can't be mad because they parents got them a little Mercedes Benz or some shit like that. How can you get mad at them? You can't get mad at them. But I know one thing. If you don't got no job, you don't put nothing on the bills, your ass is going to be on the street. You know what? That's kind of funny. That's kind of funny. Because a lot of people from the protests ain't have nowhere to go or couldn't stay where they was at for an extended amount of time because they didn't have no J-O-B. Hey, everybody was doing it for the movement at first, wasn't they? Until the nigga wasn't kicking no money. That went out the door, didn't it? That went out the door. Hold on. He been here for 2 months. He ain't gave me no money. I done seen him smoking weed and protesting every day. Hold on, wait a second. Wait a minute. They want they reparations. You hear me? From you staying with them. Like, bruh, stop fucking acting so innocent all the damn time. Y'all's not innocent, bruh. And then you act like white people don't be down too. You act like white people don't be down too. They do. Most of the white people I knew, if they knew me, they had to be broke. You know what I'm saying? They had to be broke too, because I just didn't trust them. I couldn't just be walking around with little Billy and he's wearing a suit and a tie and I got bummy ass clothes on. So the white people that I knew grew up was getting it out the mud too. So what was their excuses? Since everybody got an excuse and want to keep on blaming it on the white man. Everyone blame everything on the fucking white man, bro. I can't blame everything on the white man. I can definitely blame him for the slaves. I can definitely blame him for the slaves, but I cannot blame him for the reason why I don't got a job. I cannot blame him for the reason why I don't got a car. I can't blame him for the reason why I don't got a house. And you know what? I can't blame him for the reason, I can't blame that little girl for the reason why I don't got a cute little dress on and some damn bows. That's what I can't do. I can't blame no damn child for what my ancestors went through. That's what I'm not gonna do, flat out. So, who am I to judge? The nigga looking in. Not from the outside looking in, from the inside looking in. Do you not know what key point of this move, one of the key points of this movement means? Means that I am heavily involved inside of this movement. If you see me every day or not, the facts remain the same. And these facts are, people is wrong. And we need to stop patting people on the back and parading around like they not doing the stuff wrong. We just supposed to be like, God sees it. God sees it. Is that what we're supposed to? No. We need man to see it, not just God to see it, instead of turning a blind eye. This is how I know, and this is why I tell you that my own people will turn a blind eye on any damn thing. Let $100 bill drop on the ground. Let $100 bill drop on the ground right now. A motherfucker gonna put his whole foot on top of it. I'm gonna put my foot on top of it and help you look for the $100. I be like, I don't know where it went. Where $100? I ain't had no $100 bill. You know what I'm saying? Bruh, we fucked up too. We can't just be looking at people like they fucked up, bruh, and we can just blame them. Okay, we've been blaming them for hundreds of years. Remember, 400 years we've been blaming them already. You know what I'm saying? Remember, like, you gotta, sometimes you gotta take the initiative. You forget that? You may have to take the initiative and be the bigger person. It's what it is. Because it seems like nobody wants to be the bigger person. That's all everybody wants to do is flatline everybody. Everybody just want to talk about each other. See who can get the best video made or whatever the fuck they doing with this stuff with these views. Try to get some money, whatever it is. But the shit is all for show. And I'm breaking this shit down in the box. You motherfuckers is circus clowns. And it's about time for y'all to sit y'all ass down. They laughing at us thousands of miles away, bro. How do you think we feel when we just sitting here and people's talking about, I'm sitting at a restaurant and people's talking about the Breonna Taylor movement and how stupid the girl is for cussing out the kids. I pulled up to a guard shack in this community with all of these nice mansions in it. I was delivering a piece of furniture. And the guard was like, he was registering me for the community so I can go in. And I said, hey, he asked me some questions about Kentucky. So you from Kentucky? He said, oh, yes, the protest. I was like, yeah, the protest. I was like, have you seen me before? The guy, you ever look? I said, look me up. You ever seen me before? He said, I don't know. And then he looked it up while we was right there waiting for it to register. And he was like, yeah. So he started telling me in his slight English that he can speak. You know what I'm saying? What he believed and everything. And like, thank you. He got a quick glimpse. But you know what else he saw after that? A whole article that said that people from Louisville, the first thing that pops up is Louisville, Kentucky, and what they just did to the babies. So, if we hear about it, like, this is not no small thing. This shit just really did go global. Like, it's crazy. Like, what kind of websites and stuff is video of the kids getting cussed out? It's crazy. It is crazy. I'm tore up about it, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm embarrassed. And I'm not here to kiss nobody's ass no more. If y'all can go cuss kids out and say F the kids and show your private areas and stuff like that, Why would I respect you? See, I would be disrespecting every parent out there in the world that was there. I would be disrespecting them too. I would be saying F them too and they kids. That's exactly what it would be me saying if I didn't speak up. So nobody was going to speak up about it. Nobody was going to say nothing about it. In a whole 24 hours, nobody spoke up about kids getting cussed out. What if it was your kid right there? What if that popular, important person that you was used to being around was one of the main reasons why those kids was getting cussed out? What if was a fifth? I'm just wondering if was a fifth. You feel me? What if it was you? What if it was you? See, at first they was calling all of the kids in our community they kids, but I guess in 2021 they's gonna strike back at the kids. You know what I'm saying? Nah, you don't make no kids prisoners of war and then you trap their minds. Now they going to school and trying to figure out what's going on. Now they asking their teachers what white supremacy is. They don't need to know what white supremacy is yet. Why can't you wait? Let them get to high school or something like that. You feel me? Let them get to high school. Just like, I ain't gonna lie to you, our kids don't need to know what black on black, I'm sorry, excuse me, I'll get to that in a second. Our kids don't need to know what, you know what I'm saying, like, these kind of crimes are the same, vice versa. You feel me? Ain't nobody better than nobody. But at the same time, two rights don't make a wrong, and those kids ain't personally coming to us with the bigotry. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they should have came out of, I could see if we was riding past and we seen some kids throwing the Hitler sign and stuff like that, still it wouldn't be okay to, you know what I'm saying, throw some shots at them. But at the same time, you got to understand they was taught this. No matter how you look at it, no matter how you perceive it, they were taught that. So you can't change it and by an eye for an eye. You have to change it by teaching them that ain't what it's supposed to be done. And I guess your way of teaching is a strategic plan of action because you gave it straight to them, right to their necks. You told them they wasn't shit, they wasn't gonna be shit, they parents ain't shit, they never wasn't gonna be nothing, and woo. You did all of that to children. Just imagine. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Just coming from an abused child. What if some of them white kids out there or some of them little black kids was out there and they was abused and they heard all of that and then it gave them a flashback of what they've been going through at home? Just imagine if you went out there doing all of that cussing and you sat there and let them. Now, I'm getting ready to give y'all some truth. And y'all might take it and run with it, but this is some truth I would never let nobody hear in my life. So if you right here today, you're going to hear this truth. Like, I still remember back in the days, I was living with my aunt. And back then, I wasn't thinking about sex. I wasn't thinking about having sex. I wasn't really thinking about girls. I wasn't thinking about nothing. I was just worried about being a little class clown. I was introduced to women when I was like 8, 9 years old. And I was a child. That's where I'm getting at. I was a child. And I was introduced to sex as a child, and I lived with my aunt by my own relative. I didn't want to do it. It wasn't what I was thinking. I didn't want to have sex or be touched or stuff like that by a relative. Why would I want to do that? It's just ornery. It's nasty. But when I was younger, I was forced to. And it wasn't nobody I can tell, or nobody would believe me, or they just think that I'm going crazy, or this, and this. No, it's different. Yeah, it sounds different. It could be a man. It don't just gotta be a little girl. You know what I'm saying? They make me. She make me touch her private parts. She made me have intercourse with her. So, do you think it scarred me in my lifetime? Yeah, it did. So, y'all showing y'all's private parts to young children that ain't got no business seeing no shit like that. What do you think it's about to do to them? They about to be thinking about that until they 50 years old. I still remember I was in Louisville, Kentucky, and I had a cheerleading competition when I was a kid. And these men came and pulled their private parts out on us, and they was protesting. We done lost all decency in our city. All decency in our city. All decency in our city. The traumatic instances that you can put on the female species is quite dangerous. It's quite dangerous. And those was a bunch of little girls out there when it happened. I'll give you another instance. I was 17 years old, and my baby mama said something to me like, we were still in high school, said something to me like, I got another man for you, and woo-doo-woo-doo-woo. So I was like, what? And we just had a baby and everything. I was like, what? Another man? So I smacked her. I said, psh. I smacked her. I didn't know what to do. I was just in my feelings. You know what I'm saying? I went to jail for it. But I smacked her. I didn't know what to do. So every court date we went to, even when we had fallouts in the future after that, she talked about it all the way until we was 25 years old. We went to court and she was like, he beats me, and he drags me and he kicks me. I said, I smacked you 8 years ago. You still talking about it? Then I had to think, maybe she was scarred from that. You know what I'm saying? From me smacking her at the age of 17. And that's all she thinks is I'm going to do is put my hands on her. You feel me? Like, those wasn't little boys out there. There was some, but those was mainly little girls out there that people showed their aggression to, and they talked dirt bad to, and they released all of their hate to. It seems like they felt really good. It looked like they felt good because they was just out there like, fuck it. We already out here. We might as well finish. We might as well finish. See, y'all don't know what people's going through as a kid. Y'all don't know. Even the people that's causing abuse don't know. You feel me? Yelling is abuse when you yelling at kids. Why you think I love the aspect of kids doing better, but I hate the aspect of people doing stuff to kids, because I was an abused child and nobody listened to me. Even my own blood family don't even know. I tried to tell them, they ain't believe me. Ain't no way shit bad happened to you. Ain't no way a motherfucker did all that to you. A lot of stuff happened to me. I got beat with a dog chain. Y'all didn't know. I had to lean over a stool, and every time I got hit in my backside, it would wrap around and hit me in my private area, and I have to get up and lay back over top of the stool. Like, or getting beat with a 2x4, or getting a gash and a chunk of meat taken out of your head with a high heel shoe, or like everybody jumping on you and beating you up as adults and you were a child, and come to find out you right, you don't even get an apology. Or you living with your own flesh and blood. your own flesh and blood, and they tie you up to the bed every night and say you sleepwalk, so we tie you up. And then the house catches on fire and nobody even walks to the back room to untie me. I don't fuck with when people mess with kids. I don't. I feel like they should go to jail for the rest of their life. Real shit. So anybody that anything to children is hurting me too, because I never got nobody to avenge the way I got treated in my lifetime. You know what I'm saying? I never had nobody to avenge me. Nobody could just believe it coming from the person that I was getting abused by. So next time y'all feel like y'all need to go put some destruction and make children targets and stuff like that, remember who else y'all hurting when y'all do that. Because you're not only hurting them kids, bro. Y'all hurting some people that's done been through shit like that. Somebody talking about them. Tell them they ain't gonna be nothing. I went through that my whole school. My teachers telling me I wasn't gonna be nothing. Because I was black too. And the nerve for people to tell them that they wasn't gonna be nothing because they was white and part of white supremacy. Man, see, people don't know. People's really out here really fighting for what they believe in, fighting to get some change out here in this world. And then you have people that come and damper everything that we have put together for this community. Sorry, I'm legal here. But I've got so many inboxes lately. I've got so many annoying texts and trying to fathom everything. And that's all I want is people to do right. That's all I want is people to do right. That's all I wanted was somebody to do right by me. That's all I wanted was somebody to do right by me. All I wanted is somebody to do right by me. Now I have to try to save other people that's getting done wrong. I'm trying to save them now. Stay where they was at for real talk. Like, do y'all like y'all kids? Do y'all really like y'all's kids? Do y'all really know? Do y'all really like y'all's kids? Because I done been with some people that does not like their kids. And like, if you don't want your kids, I want to speak on this. If you don't want your kids, don't treat them bad. If you don't like kids, don't treat them bad. No child asked to be here. That no child asked to be here. At the end of the day, if you ask your child what you want from me, they can say nothing. I didn't ask to be here. Conversation over. My life has been a hole. See this hole right here? On the outside of the hole is all of the things that I'm trying to accomplish in my life. But you still got this hole that all of the things that I'm trying to accomplish keeps falling through. Take it for example. Protest. Protest is a hole that some of my life keeps falling through because nobody is speaking up about the bad stuff that the protesters is doing, and they feel like they has got to be, I feel like somebody that looks like you, talks like you, act like you, and is of the same race as you has got to tell you that you're wrong. I heard out there, oh, can't nobody white tell us how to protest because we're black and they're white. I can agree with that. But I can also agree with that. Want to know why? Everything can be cordial. Everything can be cordial. Things don't have to be violent. Things don't have to be aggressive. Things don't have to be part of hatred. Everything can be calm, cool, and collective when it comes to this. If you take your energy out on the right people, then you can get you some action. You feel me? Stop blaming the media for y'all fuck ups. Y'all fucked up. They caught it on camera. Right, you know what? You damn right. I sure will. But how y'all doing? I want people to stop blaming the media.